All right, guys. So I basically just with a little bit of research could tell that this was legit, but I just wanted to go that extra mile because of the seriousness of this, and I did do that. I could tell it was legit. At first, I was like, please tell me he's just upset because he found out there's certain documents from Biden he's not going to be able to get basically forever. It has to be so many years after Biden isn't in, in any capacity involved with the government, which could be a while. But I mean, just seeing his reaction, I could tell it was legit. And I just read through some stuff to get a better understanding. When I say stuff, I'm saying, 156 pages of proof. And it's disturbing. I'll give you his fresh reaction.
And I tell you, we've got all the documents here. You can go through and see document after document. It is a catalog of horrors that I've never seen before here at Judicial Watch. And I tell you, we've got all the documents here. You can go through and see document after document. It is a catalog of horrors that I've never seen before here at Judicial Watch. And I tell you.
Now, I've known him to sometimes, kind of be, pretty straight up, but at the same time, sometimes he can make a situation seem way bigger because they go through so much legal BS and money just getting these FOIA requests. But they really hit something here. Yeah, see, you're starting to see people pick up on this. Satan is definitely loose. So, I'm just looking at some of the, it gets worse. Now, what's this? That's right. Fauci's wife is the chief of bioethics and human subjects research, so she would be the one that. Oh man. See, at first I thought this all had to do with COVID, and then when I heard the year 2016, I'm like, what? So, okay. Well, there's the person who would be in charge, although it's, the FDA also. And I don't want to just kind of go on just say, oh, without being straight up. We're going to go straight to the source. So Judicial Watch obtains records showing FDA paid for. This is, by the way, I should probably give a warning. This is gonna be a tough show to get through, especially for those of us who have had abortions, female or fathers who have had a baby aborted and it might have not been what you wanted, but it happened, and there's nothing you can do. So I'm just gonna put that out there because that has a lot to do with this. I mean, it's pretty clear. Fetal parts for use in humanized mice creation. So basically, like a cloning human mice creation, and the idea behind it, from my research in the past hour, has to do with the organs. Basically, it's like growing human organs in a mouse, and you kind of circumvent a lot of laws that way. So it says Judicial Watch obtains records showing FDA paid for fresh and never frozen. That's wow. Human fetal parts. Oh, I hate these kind of shows. For use in humanized mice creation. And by the way, the show from earlier, I watched it. Man, I can't believe it. I had the screen on me the whole time and not on what I meant to be showing you, which was the whole background of the fights, but it kind of pales in comparison when you come across this type of story. So, Judicial Watch, yeah, you could see like earlier he was talking about Biden, and I was worried that maybe he was just upset because of the Biden thing. But it's pretty clear that they then received this. So 165 pages. So I'll let you guys read some of these email correspondence. Once it gets to a point where I should come in, I'll start reading. Oh wait, what was her name? What was the wife's name there? What was that wife's name of I hate to do that, but and this is why when I saw the head of the FDA the other day, I was like, I don't trust the FDA. I mean, ugh. How is the wife? Someone had just shown the wife. Did that literally get... You know, some people can be cruel. I don't know what it is about being behind a let me see. I guess that's... Oh no, here we go. What's her name? Fauci's wife is NIH Chief of Bioethics. I think that would fall into that. And human subjects research. So, what's her name? Because it's so crazy. I was watching Monograph one night, and he calls, and she answered the phone. Crazy enough. But yeah, she answered the phone. He was still sleeping. This is when they were doing the everyday, okay. Alright, so, Christine Grady. Christine Grady. We'll see if her name comes up in this. Alright. What is this? Here's your gal. Oh, okay.
That I've never seen before here at Judicial Watch. And I tell you, we've got all the documents here. You can go through and see
Let's go through it. We've seen this already. Alright. Let's go through it. These are the tough shows. Come on. What's going on? I just had it. They're pretty good about putting their, here we go. Alright. For use in humanized mice creation. Judicial Watch announced today it received 165 pages of records from the FDA, showing the FDA between 2012 and 2018 entered into 8 contracts worth $96.37 thousand with Advanced Bioscience Resources, and that's ABR. Sounds like they got a stock. I hope that stock plummets. Fresh and never frozen tissue from first and second trimester aborted fetuses for use in creating humanized mice and for ongoing research. Alright, yeah, I hate this stuff. ABR is an nonprofit firm for which has been the subject of criminal referrals from House and Senate committees investigating whether Planned Parenthood, obviously, or any other entity was illegally profiting from the handling of fetal tissue from aborted babies. And we know they were. And if you don't believe it, we've gone through a lot of, and they're great. And not what we're talking about is great, but this group. And, for instance, they were doing, when they were doing the fake testing with the news. What's the name of this? I can't even think right now, so, I talk about them all the time. It'll come to me, but it's just disturbing. Okay. So they, federal law regulates the purchase and acceptance of human fetal tissue for research purposes. It is unlawful to knowingly transfer fetal tissue for profit, which is exactly what they caught them on tape doing at Planned Parenthood, which, crazy enough, was founded and created by Bill Gates. Not the Bill Gates that you know, but his father. Sounds like that family, they've always been one of those, very powerful families. And they've been very focused on, population control, to say the least. Federal law regulates the purchase. Judicial Watch filed a lawsuit in the United States District Court for the District of Columbia after HHS failed to respond adequately to a September 28, 2018 FOIA request after seeking all contracts and related documentation between FDA and, so they know exactly who to go after, Advanced ABR, Advanced Biosciences Research. So they've had since 2018 to, sweep things under the rug, and I'm sure they have. But because Trump was president during that time, I'm pretty sure that NSA or one of the intelligence groups made sure to capture that information before they swept it under the rug. In fact, I'm basically positive of that. This is the type of stuff when, Q talks about, alright, the deeper down the conspiracy theory hole we go, is when he starts talking about this stuff. So all guidelines and procedural documents provided to ABR by FDA relating to the acquisition and extraction of human fetal tissue for its provision to the FDA for humanized mice research. I'll repeat that, even though I don't want to. Humanized mice research. All communications between FDA officials and employees and representatives of ABR related to the provision by ABR to the FDA of human fetal tissue for the purpose of humanized mice research. I'm sorry, I found a drink in the cabin and I had to throw one down for this. I have to. Alright. Sorry. I honestly have to. The new production of records shows June 28, 2017 email exchange with the subject line FDA RFQ, which I would think is request for a quotation between a redacted FDA contract specialist and an ABR official named Miss Larton, in which the FDA official tells the ABR official, I am tasked with the purchase of tissues suitable for HM, which is a very short acronym to hide what it really means, to be honest. Humanized mice research. I would like to request a quote. Please review the statement of work and quote your pricing as outlined. She then includes a table for 16 human fetal tissue liver, 16 human fetal tissue thymus, 16 HIV, Hep A, Hep B, Hep C tests, shipping and delivery. The statement of work notes the Division of Applied Regulatory Sciences, which is DARS, is conducting a research program to evaluate the usefulness of humanized mice for regulatory purposes. The HM is created by surgical implementation of human tissue into mice that have multiple genetic mutations that block the development of the mouse immune system at a very early stage. Oh, so the mice don't get hurt, but, these poor to-be children, because of our laws and the normalization of, I would say, it's a tough decision for people. I get it. but there's been like a normalization of it, and even like kind of questioning is like, whoa, how dare you? The HMA created by surgical implementation of human tissue into mice that have multiple genetic mutations. Yeah, we read that. The absence of the most immune system allows the human tissue to grow and develop into functional human. Oh, that's the reason. Huh, I thought it was for ethical reasons. I almost forgot what we were dealing with here. Wow. As part of this process, DARS needs to repeatedly acquire the proper type of tissues in order for the humanization to proceed correctly. We need to obtain fetal tissue with a specific set of specialized characteristics. Among the special characteristics are the tissue be age range 16 to 24 weeks. So they would prefer not exactly very early aborted fetus. You would think you find out you miss your period, within that second month, under 8 weeks. We're talking 2 to 3 times that amount. So that's, wow. Okay. I hate this stuff and I don't feel comfortable with this. Okay, in June 12th, 2017, email third laid to a contract closeout of a $24.5 thousand contract between the FDA and Advancement of ABR, again, in a project titled Human Tissue. An FDA official emails an ABR official asking to confirm all the items, services requested under this order were delivered and all payments processed. This is like, honestly, alright. And our records indicate funds.
Wait, what is this?
Did you see?
I don't want to lose this. I don't know what the cigarettes are.
Just 1 second, guys. I just gotta find some. Oh man. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I know this isn't easy to hear, this stuff. It's not easy for me to hear either. And it's definitely not easy to read it. And like, you guys know I love to research, and this isn't the type of research I like. Alright. Our records indicate funds in the amount of $15,090 to be de-obligated as a result of this closeout. A screenshot of a database called UFMS printout indicates a matched amount of $9,410. That sounds like a huge discrepancy there. And we're not even talking like big numbers. What is that?
Insurance.
I have no idea. Seriously?
What happened?
I'm lying. I have no idea.
Alright, give me the cigarettes before you get automated in here. What are you even doing?
This disgusting stuff that just came out, judicial watch. So it's gross.
Oh, I thought that was me.
I'm not even gonna tell you what it's about. It'll go short. Alright. And ABR official responds on June 26, 2017, saying, I confirm there are no outstanding invoices or redacted PO. In an email thread beginning July 14, 2017, an FDA contracting specialist advises the ABR that in order to properly document pricing, I require some documentation of the prices as offered to the public. They ask for either redacted invoices or a place on your website that lists prices. And the ABR representative responds, we do not have a website. We don't allow the public to request tissue. It is only sent to verified researchers who have applied and have been approved to receive tissue. Alright, so let's see these 165 pages. And then you know what? I'm going to show you. Based on some of those dates, now I know what Q was talking about. Because around those dates, Q was talking about this harvesting of fetal tissue. Well, it's pretty clear now. So here's like, we can sit here and actually like look at the website. So here's the lawsuit. Oh, okay. So some of that is other stuff. So we'll stick on alright. This file will be available at, oh, here's the file. Can we click on that? No, they got rid of it. Until 7/27/2019. Crazy numbers, right? 1:14 p.m. 11400. This password can only be used once. Do not open files on a device where the files cannot be downloaded or saved. I confirm there are no outstanding invoices. See, anything after, the only thing is, anything after Trump became president, they were already in cleanup mode. And as my understanding, there are no pending requests for tissue procurements at this PO at this time. That's what I worry about, is that they kind of missed a lot. B6. B6. Now I say that, the reason I'm saying B6 out loud is is it D5 or D6? That always comes up in Q polls. Now we'll check it out. Yep, thank you, Tony. I just plugged it in. So thank you so much. I am in the process of closing orders for the FDA Acquisitions Office. Please confirm all items, services requested under this order were delivered and all payments processed so that I may close out this contract. They want to get rid of it. Please respond by 2 weeks from now, June 26, 2017. I records indicate funds in the amount of $15,090 to be. So we read about this in the Advanced Bioscience Resources, and you know what? That is exactly the department that Fauci's wife would be the head of. I'm sorry, that's ABR. But this whole thing, Fauci's wife would be the head of. So B4. uh, Alameda, California, by the way. If you want their address, 1516 Oak. Don't do anything stupid. I'm not saying that, but you know, if you just want it, 1516 Oak Street, 303. Second trimester liver, second trimester thymus, HIV, HB, HC blood testing, delivery via FedEx Saturday delivery. I bet you that FedEx guy didn't know what he had in the package. Tissue known to be positive for HIV, Hep A, Hep B, Hep C. So, you know, they find these people in inner cities that use drugs and it transfers to the baby and it makes for scientific research, some would say. Others would say an abomination. I would be included amongst them. Testing and delivery are subject to change based upon increase imposed from outside labs and courier companies. Christina Howard, your quote is attached. So this is like their email. My name is B6, so you know they retract that stuff. And I am contract specialist with the FDA. I am tasked with the purchase of tissues suitable for. Remember, HM means what was it? Humification mice. I would like to request a quote. Please review the statement of work and quote your person as outlined. So they're basically looking for the same stuff and shipping and delivery. Like they're just talking about anything. Saying the division of applied there's DARS again. OCP, OTS, CDER is conducting a research program to evaluate the usefulness of humanized mice for regulatory purposes. The HM are created by surgical implementation of human tissue into mice that have multiple genetic mutations that block the development of the mouse immune system at a very early stage. The absence of the mouse immune system allows the human tissues to grow and develop into functional human tissues. As part of this process, DARS needs repeatedly acquire the proper type of issues. In order for the humanization to proceed correctly, we need to obtain fetal tissue with a specific set of specialized characteristics. So basically, looking for 16 years old, second trimester. Yep, we get it. Yep. I don't know if I can do this, guys. All right. This is what I'm gonna do. Let me check on you guys. I need like a second. Let's see what we got on here. What? Oh, okay. I mean, this is messed up stuff. It really is. Six-fold sherbet. Thank you for that. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, right? Check this out. I mean, this is like legit. Like it seems like just some crazy stuff, but this is legit. And I can see why Tom Fitton, who normally doesn't get too like crazy. I mean, he might get like a little bit like out there, but he didn't get like angry. I can see why, because just reading so far, this is disgusting. Where's the page? Where's the page that I was just looking at? Oh, is this it? Alright, cool. Alright. Again, here's some of the prices for these poor little things. All second trimester. That's what the answer is, second trimester. Imagine what they could do with third trimester, which is what they have been pushing for. Not just third trimester in Virginia. We're talking after birth. Alright, I don't think this is a good day for me to be doing this, guys. I'm gonna be honest. Because I'm already getting fucking wicked. I'm getting aggravated. How do I get this filled off my computer? Okay. Alright, guys. I'm sorry. It's just when it comes to like helpless babies, I can't. I just can't. Let me put some. Yeah, I'll put this right here. So, for those of you with the stomach, and normally I have the stomach for anything, but I just don't. I don't have it right now. Shit, why does it keep trying to send the, this way you guys can read it if you want. God damn it. Who cares? Have I been posting it over and over? Because basically it's like, I can't just, I don't know how long I can read about human second trimester aborted babies. I just can't. I saw this and I was like, well, I need to report it. But this is harder than I thought it would be. And the on the computer earlier definitely earlier. I was actually like kind of like asking for you earlier. I was like, is Kevin still here? And I realized nobody was still there because I wasn't sharing the screen. But I'm literally on the phone. That's what. Um, the actual message. Okay, paste. And how do I? Shit, man. Paste. You know what? I'll put it in the description or something. Anyways, this is the one. This is it. This is the I'll power through. Let's just see. I mean, this is July 5th, 2017. Q came about, so July, 3 months later. And about 5 months later, started talking about this type of stuff. Yeah. And let me give you guys a example. Hey, has anyone noticed? It's so weird. We talked about the third and the fourth. Yeah, originally I was like the second to the fourth, or the second to the fifth. You know what I think it was? I think it was maybe the second. They went and grabbed, and oddly enough, a place in New Hampshire called Hideaway Drive or something like that. Went and grabbed her and picked up, someone who's just as bad as Epstein, as her father was, in Ghislaine Maxwell. And Ghislaine Maxwell gets picked up on the second, and I believe it was Tony who nailed it and said, I think it'll be, I think he said 3 days of darkness by accident, maybe a typo, but I'm pretty sure he meant 10 days. So on the third, that could have been the beginning of the 10 days of darkness, which would bring us where? To the 13th of July. Just going off the top of my head, today is the 6th. It's a week from today, and today is a Monday. That would make sense. A Monday would be a prime day for some. Mondays and Fridays are prime days for, big events. It could be the 10 days of darkness. That's what I'm starting to think. From the beginning, I said second to fourth. maybe second to fifth. But then, as we went deeper, we saw the third, the third, and the fourth. But it turns out there was a bunch of other stuff connected to the third and the fourth that I'll be going over in upcoming videos. Your computer right now?
Computer is dead. Insane.
Yeah, use that.
Dang, for fucking 30 minutes. It's nothing still. Did it work? Like, since when did it not work?
Hold on 1 second.
What do you have? What do you have? This must be charged. This watch.
Hey, so she's in there. Alright. Let's see. Alright, so I think Tony nailed it when he said that. Because he said that on the 3rd. And I think he said 3 days darkness by accident, but I think he meant 10 days. We'll see. If Q doesn't post again until the 12th or 13th, then we'll know that we went through the 10 days of darkness. Because that's what I think might be going on here. It's like so anyway, let's go through some of this stuff. Some of this stuff is pretty sick. Because this is dealing with, so listen, that was all that stuff that we were just going through, that was obtained through, FOIA release, the, oh man, why do I have trouble thinking right now? Federal Information Act. What's the O for? Federal. What's the O for? Federal Office, I guess, of Information Act. I feel what the O is for, but basically, like you can get anything. So we're gonna go through some of this. It's pretty interesting. I mean, Q really dumped a bunch before going quiet. And here we go. So June 7th, 2020. In recent months, we were witnessing the formation of two opposing sides that I would call biblical. The children of light and the children of darkness. I think enough said right there. So that was written to the president from the Holy Trinity Synod. For the first time, the United States has a president who courageously defends the right to life, who is not ashamed to denounce the persecution of Christians throughout the world, who speaks of Jesus Christ and the rights of citizens to freedom of worship. Amen to that. Loyalist critical. So I guess a loyalist, that'll be a bad thing in the Revolutionary War. Getting this type of, I don't know, let's continue to read. Let's see. A counterattack to the first, law and order. Strike prepared and ready in an effort to change the narrative, prevent blind mass awareness regarding coordinated effort to remove sitting U.S. POTUS. Although I'm actually pretty surprised at a lot of Americans, especially up here where I live in Boston, at their ignorance to the media, the science community, the academic community, all these community, all being so anti-Trump. But why? He actually has been a good president. He's been very good to minorities. I just think that their lies stuck early. And, it's like, I don't know, it's like in school, you get stuck with a bad, I don't know, nickname or, something like that. And it sticks. They call you, say you're a female, and that's, Heidi Ho. Heidi the Ho or something. I don't know. So I'm just making up stupid stuff. And that person isn't a hoe at all, but it sticks. I think a lot of the stuff they said about the president through these 3.5 years have stuck. And these people with Trump derangement syndrome, because they keep losing at every turn, no pun intended. Just take Bubba, for instance, talking about a noose. I mean, as soon as I seen that and I seen the noose, I was like, that looks like when I used to pull down the garage doors at my father's moving business. Sure enough, that's what it was. It's just unbelievable. It wasn't reported by Bubba, but it was reported by the media, by NASCAR. These are the times that try men's souls. The summer soldier and the sunshine patriot will, in this crisis, shrink from the service of their country. But he that stands by it now deserves the love and thanks of man and woman. Tyranny, like hell, is not easily conquered. Yet have this consolation with us, that the harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. What we obtain too cheap, we esteem too lightly. It is dearness only that gives everything its value. Heaven knows how to put a proper price upon its goods, and it would be strange indeed if so celestial an article as freedom should not be highly rated. And that comes from, of course, the famous Thomas Paine. Okay. Humanity is good, but when we let our guard down, we allow darkness to infiltrate and destroy. Like past battles fought, we now face our greatest battle at present, a battle to save our republic, our way of life, and what we decide each of us now will decide our future. Will we be a free nation under God? Will we cede our freedom, rights, and liberty to the enemy? We all have a choice to make. Evil, darkness, have never been so exposed to light, which is true. Our system, they can no longer hide in the shadows. Our system of government has been infiltrated by corrupt and sinister elements. Democracy was almost lost forever. Think Hillary install. Plus 2 Supreme Court justices, 200 plus judges, rogue elements expanded inside DOJ, FBI, CIA, America for sale, China, Russia, Iran, Syria, ISIS, and Al Qaeda expansion surveillance of domestic citizens. Although that wasn't exactly shut down, they just didn't show up. And they allowed people like Pelosi to vote in their place because they didn't want to go down as one of the people who voted to, I don't know, like continue the Patriot Act.
guys. Good night. Red Pill Dispensary. Salute. Sorry, but it's just not. It's gonna keep dying.